Good morning, everybody. Skippy the Townie here. It's not quite done hunting season. Hasn't even really fully begun yet, but I'm working on projects at home, and I'm quite literally waiting for some paint to dry today. So, in between working on my projects, I decided I'm gonna whip out bucket number 5. That was the bucket I got from digging out some of that bedrock by that huge piece and that big crack. And I'm just gonna pan it out in the back deck, see what I find. Everything I find from that day is going into one snuffer bottle, and as I collect it all, I'll see what I get at the end of it when it's all said and done. But let me get started. All right. It took me a few minutes to pan that down. It's a lot of black sands. Probably the majority of the material is black sands and biological gunk. I don't know if it's rotted roots, moss, or whatever, but very mucky, dirty, heavy stuff. But pan that down, and hopefully the camera's picking that up all right. I got about a dozen little specks. Nothing big, no pickers, but yeah, I'm going to keep working down the rest of this bucket. I'll spare you the tedious panning in the tote, and I'll just pop on to show you the results of each and every pan. About 9 or 10 little specks in there. Pan number 2. Okay, pan number 3. 2 specks and a handful of micros. About 8 or 9 or so. Okay, pan number 4. I have got, I don't know, about 8 specks and maybe a dozen micros in there. A lot of more granular black hematite, magnetite, bigger garnets in this pan. But all right. Okay, pan number 5. Let's see here. A few specks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tiny little pieces, but more gold. Pan number 6 has just 2 small specks in there. Pan number 7, 2 small specks and 2 near invisible micros. All right, pan number 8. A little bit better than the last 2. A decent little piece there, a couple of specks, a whole bunch of micros. All right, maybe it'll be better the further down in the bucket I get. Or maybe I'll get nothing, who knows. And here we have pan number 9. 2 little specks and a pile of micros, maybe a dozen or so. Okay, bucket number 5 is empty. And what I got out of pan number 10 is a decent number of specks. Nothing big in this bucket, and this material is all flour gold. Bigger specks, smaller specks. I'm going to do a snuffer dump, and I'll show you what I get all together. Okay, this is what I've gotten so far out of 3 test pans and 1/2 of a bucket taken from some bedrock. I still have the other 5 buckets down in the shop. I don't know when I'll get to those, but I'll put a video up when I do.